Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Cask 529. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Shona.
This evening, we're going to take a look at another bottle that I was fortunate enough to pick up over the weekend. A bottle of Michter's 10. I know we're both excited about it.
Extremely.
So stick around with us just a second. We'll be right back, guys. Welcome back, guys. Shona, I didn't even know we were looking for this. But
No.
when I told you what I got,
I was super excited.
you were crazy excited. And I was like, oh, I did something right.
You did. Until I looked at the receipt.
It wasn't that bad.
MSRP's for around $185, so it's a little pricey. So, anyways, Bryan was able to get the 2024 release of the Michter's 10 Year Bourbon, batch number 24B0785. Now, these are single barrels. And so, someone else may be doing a review of the same thing. However, if it's not the same barrel, it could be different taste. So,
Yeah.
We all know single barrels taste differently. So, I just got a little bit of trivia for you before we get into tasting this.
Sure.
Do you know where the Michter's name comes from?
Well, it came off this label right here. I do not know where I've wondered that actually. That's kind of a unique.
It is a unique name. Michter's actually started out in Pennsylvania back in the late 1700s.
I should have.
However, it wasn't by the name of Michter's. It wasn't until, obviously, closer in time. Actually, it says right here, 1753.
1753.
But, went through some transitions of ownership. Well, I think it was the third, maybe the fourth owner, renamed it to Michter's after his two sons, which was Michael and Peter.
Okay.
So, M-I-C-H from Michael and T-E-R from Peter.
Interesting.
I thought that was very interesting because
That
I always
is.
wondered where the name came from.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that
Yeah.
at all. I figured it was a family name, something of that nature.
So through the years, Prohibition, a few times going bankrupt, the final owners, or the owners now, obviously moved it down to Kentucky, started it up, got the name legally, got the trademark,
Right.
stuff like that. So pretty interesting story.
Well, I know I'm anxious to try this. I know the brand, the bottles we've tried, we've been fans of.
Yes, we have.
We haven't tried anywhere near, I'm sure, everything they offer, but
No, and some of them are really pricey. Did you see the
Right.
releases?
I did.
They
yeah.
were over $1,000. So I don't know as if we will ever try all of them, obviously, but the
We're not
ones,
going to try those unless somebody comes and
No.
says, hey, try this.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree. We're just not going to do it.
not doing it.
It's got a great color.
It does.
Nice, rich.
I'm getting some char on the nose, a little bit of sweetness.
I'm getting the sweetness.
Picking up a little bit of caramel. Nice nose though, very nice nose.
Really smooth on the palate. A little bit
It
of
is.
char.
Which honestly, it should be smooth on the palate. It, for the price of the bottle, I'm really disappointed in the proof point.
It's 98.
94.4.
94. Oh, it's lower
Yeah,
than I thought it was.
it is a low proof. For the price point, I'd like to honestly see it, at least over 100 somewhere.
Yeah, at least
110
100.
would be
At
good.
least 100, but 105 to 110 would be.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate note, but I'm also getting like a sweet note of something. A lot of char. Not a ton
I
of
feel
char.
like
I should
the
say,
char-
but the char's coming through.
The char is giving it a kind of a false hope. but it drinks a little bit higher than 94 proof, I believe. I think with the char that's in it.
I am picking up some toffee. It has a really heavy toffee note as it first enters your palate.
It's got some vanilla.
It's sweet.
Kind of a honey. Vanilla honey.
Yeah.
I know that's not real, but I'm getting both those flavors, both those tastes.
I like it.
Yeah,
it's good.
It is really good. That would have been a really big disappointment at the price point had it not been, because we have a couple of those now.
So honestly, my tasting notes on that third sip throughout, getting a little bit of chocolate note, and it's kind of in between, but it first enters your palate, you know, kind of sweet, with heavy on the toffee, some caramel. Definitely the char at the end, a little bit of baking spices throughout. It's really good, honestly. At least our barrel is good.
That's a good batch. It's unique.
It is unique.
It's
I'm trying to think of what this taste reminds me of. Almost a little bit reminds me with that char and stuff. Almost reminds me of like a toasted
yeah,
bourbon.
it does.
I know this isn't toasted.
No, but it puts
but
you in mind of that with
does, yeah.
the way the char hits your palate.
Almost like that Penelope toasted a little bit. It kind of reminds me of that toasted bourbon taste. It's good.
I don't get any of those flavors that we mentioned, any of those notes that we talked about. You mentioned toffee. I said honey. You talked about caramel, I believe.
Nope, I didn't
No.
say caramel. Well, on the nose I had some caramel.
Vanilla. I don't think there's any one of those that really is the predominant note.
No, I'm getting some dark fruits on the end that time with the char and a little bit of baking spices. So I'm sure as this opens up, we're going to get a lot more
Yeah.
flavor out of it. You know, tonight was the first night we opened it. It's a nice pour. Now, with that said, how much would I, if I had tasted this, how much would I have said it? Maybe.
Right.
I would, for the proof point, I'm going to say 85 to 100. I don't know if it's really worth the 185. However, it is good. I definitely wouldn't pay anything on the secondary for it.
No, definitely not. It's already high enough in MSRP. Definitely, I wouldn't go over that. I don't know. I think realistically, if you look at some of their other product, maybe you're not being fair at 85. Maybe my low point would be 100, where yours is 85. And I'd be maybe 100 to 125. Not that we don't like to pay that.
No.
For any of it. But comparing to things that we have, things we've seen,
Yeah.
I think that would put it more in line with where it should be than the 180. Would you say 185, 189?
Yeah, it's 185 MSRP. My thing is, you know, with a 10-year, I think of like the Russell's 10-year. You pay what, 55 for it?
Right, yeah. Somewhere in that ballpark.
No, I don't know as Russell's 10 years that good, but a lot of the 10 years are around
Yeah.
100 or under. And so that's why I'm saying this is comparable to some of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's all. It's really good. I'm just saying 185 may be just a little too steep.
Yeah, I think it's heavy, definitely heavy. But
I mean, it's really good. I am grateful to have it in our collection. It's nothing about that. It's just
no, and that's something we talk about is, you know, where should that be priced, and that's what we think.
So I have something. I have 2 glasses poured here. I'm not going to tell Brian what those items are yet, or what the item is, not items. Just to see what your thoughts are on it
Okay.
compared to this. Okay.
It's a little bit lighter in color.
Don't have much left.
No,
Just
but
a little bit,
if you
yeah.
think back to what this looked like when it was full.
Yeah. You're right.
Sorry guys, I got an itchy eye.
He's been in the wood shop working all day, so I'm sure he has some sawdust in there.
Shower didn't get it all out. Nose is not, I get very little on the nose.
I didn't even mention the nose. I get a lot of sweetness on the nose.
I get the sweetness, where this one I mentioned sweetness, but I could tell there was more there to it. Where this one I pretty much just get the sweetness.
On the nose of this one, I am getting caramel, vanilla, a little bit of oak. It's a nice nose, a nice sweet nose. Enters your palate initially sweetness with some caramel, vanilla, a little bit of a fruity note. I'm going back in to see if it's a cherry, but I'm pretty sure it was cherry note. But then I started smelling and forgot they finished tasting.
I was just thinking about how I'm going to grade this compared to the 10-year.
Cherry
Very,
note.
very light char. Light oak. Definitely a lot sweeter than the 10-year. I get that, not so much the brown sugar, but to me it's more like the maple syrup I'm getting out of it. It's creamy. Kind of, it feels like it's got a good viscosity to it. It does have some pretty nice legs on the glass. I've made this comparison before. This is if I want to sit and enjoy maybe a couple pours. This is where I'm going. If I want to kill the pain in a hurry, this gives me the impression, because of that higher char value, this feels like it would do the job quicker.
Okay.
This is so much sweeter on the palate, gives you the feeling like you could drink a couple of these to one of those. Now, you're probably going to tell me that this proof point is astronomical compared to this. I don't know that, but the way you were looking at me, you were like, really?
Well, all I'm thinking is this is really low proof, and if you think it's gonna,
I know, I'm just saying what that char does, my mindset, and it's not accurate, I know, because we know what this is. But when I get that char, that heat, generally I relate that to a higher proof. And we know it's not. But if I knew nothing about this, if I was just tasting these blind, that's what my thought process would be.
okay, that's fair.
Okay?
Yep. And also, this does have more char on it. Brian does not. He's not. I am a huge fan of like the double oaks and stuff like that. Brian is not.
There are a couple double oaks that I do enjoy. I've yet to find a double oak that I enjoy. And I don't not like this. If I'm sitting down to enjoy a pour in the evening, that's probably not where I'm going.
Okay. No, that's
If you give me that, would I not drink it? Absolutely, I'd drink it.
yeah. So I mean, that should tell you all something. If he's looking for a nightly pour, obviously I'm very happy he's not going for this bottle every night. But I'm happy that you're saying that you would go for this one every night.
Yeah, I would. This is a really enjoyable pour to me.
It is. It's good. It's
Yeah.
very good. I'm not saying I like it any better, but I would say that I like it just the same. Honestly. To me, they're not the same, but I like it the same.
So, for the purpose of the show, where we taste a bourbon or whiskey, and we really want to think about what we're pulling out of it. This Michter's 10-year is a great bottle for that, because that's what we did. We really thought about it and discussed what we were getting. Where I feel this is right up front. I'm sweet.
It is sweet.
You don't have to give me a lot of thought, but yet it has a good taste.
Yeah, and it has great flavor, because I
Yeah.
pulled out the caramel, the vanilla, the cherry note, some
Yeah,
char,
it's
some spice,
It's just a lot.
a lot more mellow.
Let's say lighter, mellow.
Lighter.
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you like to see what you just tasted?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So it is the Michter's Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Sour Mash Small Batch.
Okay.
So this is the U.S. one. It is a 2022 release. It's 2022, batch number 2213085. So this is also, I believe, a little bit harder to find. I don't know if it's readily available, but it only goes MSRP between $45 and $50. So my point of doing this is this one is basically, a quarter of the price.
It's actually a little bit lower proof.
Just a little bit.
Just a little 91.4.
Yeah, 91.4, and this one was 94.4. So
Yeah, so
relatively
it's a
the
little
same.
lower.
And so really what I wanted to do, because these are two Michter products, wanted to see, which one
Yeah.
you really like better. Is it worth searching for this one over that one? That's all. I just wanted to
No,
see.
I don't. I think that there's. I'm not knocking this product.
No, it's real.
It is really
it
good.
is good.
It's complex. And it offers a lot. My thinking is, though, you've got this. We've got other bottles that are similar in complexity, offer a little higher proof
Yes,
for a whole lot less money.
we do. We
For-
absolutely do.
For $100 less.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
And so that, I guess, was my point of getting to this, because once I actually seen the receipt on this one, I was like, oh wow. Oh wow, it better knock my socks off.
yeah, so realistically, we could get 2 to 3 bottles that we really enjoy, both of us,
Yes,
for what we have wrapped up in that bottle.
we could. We could.
It's not going to go to waste.
No,
We'll
and
enjoy it. Our
We
friends will enjoy it.
Yes, absolutely.
Anybody that comes will enjoy it. But
Not disappointed that we have it. Not
no,
at all.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It is a good pour, and I truly do like it. I'm just saying the bang for the buck may not be there.
So guys, if you've had the Michter's 10-year, drop us a comment. Let us know what you thought of it. Would you go out looking for this bottle? Have you been looking for the bottle? I was fortunate enough to find this at the drop down in Union, Kentucky over the weekend, last weekend. So it was kind of a no-brainer that, I didn't have to get it. No, nobody said, hey, you have to buy this bottle. But, you had the opportunity to get any number of things. You want to try to get the best thing that fits some kind of a budget.
Right. And I'm very happy you got it.
I didn't come home with a double eagle very rare, so that was good, right?
Yeah.
you'd have had to been the first guy in the store to get that.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, let us know if you've had it, what you think of it. Are you going to go looking for it?
Yep.
Let us know if you've had this one and what you think of it.
Yeah.
I know this wasn't an official review on that,
No.
but it was an interesting comparison. Did you say what the retail was on that? MSRP?
It's between 45 and 50. I can't,
Yeah, that's a fantastic bottle. For,
It is.
For $50 or $55.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
yeah.
Okay, guys. If you would, please hit the like button. We'd really appreciate that. That helps us more than you could ever imagine. If you like what we're doing and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. Drop us a comment. Share us. Tell your friends about us. And until next time, be safe, everybody.
Thanks,